Well, we have a lot of plans for 2019. We're very excited for this year to come. One of the things that's exciting about a small gallery like ours is that, we really can be so creative in what we're able to do. And I think that's one of the things that we love. And so, sometimes there's things that are definitely set in stone, and sometimes there's things that are still in flux. So one of the things I'm very excited about is we have a young Hispanic artist named Juan Gomez, and he's shown with us in our group shows over the last 5 years, and we've really seen a development in his work. His work has grown and developed over that time, and he felt comfortable enough with us to approach me and say, I really want to have a show. I want to have a solo show. And so I looked over his work, and so that's going to be next October. So really kind of working through with him, going about the show and kind of guiding him some on that. And we're really excited that we're going to present this young emerging artist to the community, and that's very exciting. There's a group, it's a Signal Hill group actually, which is also really great, that's called Quilts on the Wall. And so they do art quilts, and so we're still kind of playing around with when that's going to be. We're not exactly sure, and it'll either be a retrospective show, or we might come up with some type of a theme for them. We're not sure. We'll definitely have our group show. You want to?
Yeah, so every year we do a fairly large kind of invitation to the community group show. So we'll have one this year. It'll be probably April timeframe.
Yeah.
And usually we do a call to artists with a specific theme that's going to come out probably January timeframe.
Yeah, usually January.
And those are always fun, exciting. We usually have live music. We usually have kind of a big event, big celebration around art on that. So that's definite for April.
Yeah, and we have a few, we kind of play around with different ideas for themes. So I think one of the ideas we were thinking of was dreams, and maybe like another idea I had was artifact, this idea of what are the artifacts in our life and what does artifact mean for those of us in this current age. I feel like we'd like to have themes that are very broad and open so that they can be interpreted in a lot of different ways. And then we try to pair it with a nonprofit in the community who's doing something good in that area. So like the home show that we did this last year, we partnered with Rebuilding Together Long Beach that helps low-income people with free home repairs to stay in their home. So yeah, I'm trying to think.
See.
Yeah, we'll see.
Holiday Bazaar?
Yes, Holiday Bazaar. So Holiday Bazaar is something we're going to do this year for the first time. So we'll see how it goes, and we're thinking of doing it next year. And just another opportunity for artists from the community to share their artwork with a group of people. And yeah, I think it's kind of a community sort of a feeling when you do things around the holidays. So, we'll see. We'll see about that. So, yeah, and then I think just the other ways that with my, I guess, background and sort of my journey as an artist, I am really wanting to incorporate more sort of art meditation, potentially some individual art spiritual direction if people are interested in sort of deepening their understanding of who they want to be and the direction that they're going. And so we're kind of looking at some of those things. And then also, like we talked about, I really would like to have some groups where, artists can come and talk about their work, other artists can come and hear about it, and really that sort of networking kind of a thing. We'd had something similar to that maybe 3 years ago. It was called Gathering at Greenlee, and we did it for a while, and it was really great. But I think that having it be more centered around a specific artist will be a great way to take that forward. Yeah. So, but we're really open. I mean, I think that's kind of the neat thing. There's different groups or opportunities kind of come our way. And so the nice thing with being a small, volunteer-run organization is that we can be extremely creative in the things that we do, and we can be somewhat flexible. Mm-hmm. So. What is my ultimate goal for Greenlee? I have dreams. I have plans. So we'll see. We'll see exactly what happens. I mean, I think that, Dave and I have for a while been looking for a space that we could purchase, because we really would love to have, currently we lease the space, and we've been able to, we have one gallery where we can basically have one show at a time. So a show has to come up and then it has to come down. And so there's that kind of rhythm to it. And I think that I would love to have a space where we could have some permanent installations, some rotating exhibits, a space that could be, kind of multi-use, multifunctional.
Somewhere where we could maybe also have maybe artists in residence, where we can kind of highlight community, bring artists in and be able to develop work there. So I guess Greenlee Art Space turning into a Greenlee Museum or something like that. Again, not, I guess, traditional, high-end, kind of exclusive art, but really community-based. So maybe it's more a museum of contemplation or a museum of kind of taking it a little more spiritual direction or a thought direction, and really with a sense for kind of community and partnering with the community and working that way.
Yeah, and I love, we've been able to do so many things with people from across the ocean, and I think it was really impactful and amazing for me to be able to travel to India and work with the group that I did, where we lived and worked together and we created work out of that. So I would love if we were able to have a space where we could bring people, say, from India or from Africa, to really get that sense of other voices and the way, and how that can interact and impact our communities. So yeah, we would love to have, we're looking for a space that somebody wants to give us, and then we can just, like remodel it and make it beautiful or whatever. But we'll see. We're not sure exactly where that's going to lead us, but we definitely feel like, Greenlee has continued to grow over the years. We've continued to have a pretty big impact on the community around us, which we feel really fortunate and grateful for. And so we would love to be able to have a space that we could just, I guess,
continue to do that.
Continue to do that.
So involvement with Greenlee Art Space, we'd love to have artists who can present their work and who can be parts of group shows. We also love to have volunteers. We have opportunities for volunteers to help with planning and developing artwork, with working with events, with working with children when we have classes. We also really appreciate, I guess, people coming in and sharing what they like to see with art, and we're putting art up to share with the community. So we also love to see people come in from the community and interact with the art and really give us feedback in terms of what works and what they like and how things work that way.
Yeah, and I think, because we're fully run by volunteers, and because most of the way that we're able to survive right now is through donations and things like that, obviously, one of the things that we try to bring to awareness is that the great artists throughout history, right, have always had patrons. They've always had someone who said, I believe in what you're doing. I want to support you financially. And that's the way that we have some of the great artwork that we have now, from Monet to Van Gogh, those other kinds of people. So one of the things that we've done is kind of start this thing called being a Theo. Like, Theo's was Vincent van Gogh's brother, and because of his support, Vincent van Gogh was able to create the work that he created for us. If Vincent van Gogh went out and got a real job, we wouldn't have the work that we have today. So we feel really passionately about the fact that what Greenlee is working to do is to be a Theo to the artists of today, the Van Goghs of today, these individual unique people who, if there isn't a financial sort of support behind it, you can't do any of these things. It costs money to be able to have a space. It costs money to be able to have these events. We try to do things so that it's affordable, so that the everyday person can come in. So when we have a fundraiser, we're not charging $100 per coming in. It's like $10, so that everyday person can be part of it. So, if people believe in what we're doing, to give financially to us, I think is wonderful. But then also, we love to have people come in and say, I have this idea. That's how many of our different shows have come about. They've said, I have an idea. I want to do a show about art and the way that it's been healing for me. And I say, okay, I know this other artist and this other artist, and I'm thinking of this one. Let's see if we can get that group together and we'll do a show. So if if individuals have ideas or they have thoughts, it doesn't mean everything that we're going to do, but we really, we're really driven by the community and by artists and what they're kind of interested in. So, and we definitely, love and do need volunteers, like anything from helping out with, we do everything. We have the food, we have people who come volunteer, like the previous owners is a great
local band,
and they volunteered and come and sang. Their bands played at a lot of our openings. We've had people who have volunteered to do, Tai Chi performances. So, anything, I think that if you have a passion for something and it's something that may work at an art opening, or you want to get your artwork out there, our group shows are a great way to, even if you've never shown before, to show your work. So yeah, I think it's the ways that you can get involved with Greenly are pretty much as open as
individuals
are out there, because there's lots of different ways that you can become involved.